Hey guys, welcome to that's Ruffles Saturday Sit Down with Lisa and Ken. It's been a while since we've done this. Oh, Ruffles is getting off the bed to bark at something out the window because truly Ruffles thinks the whole neighborhood belongs to her. It's like Ruffles' world out there.
There she goes.
So if I may have to just shut this off, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, for now, Ruffles is being quiet. We'll see. Oh, she's on a prowl. Anything you want to say?
Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to continue what you were saying before.
Yeah.
Sorry to sit down. It's been a while. Lisa gave me kind of a shrunken head thing in my food tonight. And you can see my head smaller than hers. That was lame.
So anyway, so you want to know something? Let me tell I've been absent a little bit because I've been suffering. I get really bad headaches as it is, like debilitating migraines, like you would not believe. I mean, very painful and intense. And not just the throbbing and the achiness, but like that pulsating, splitting. Long story short, this is like the longest I think I've ever had it. It's been over a month. And it's different. Like right now I'm talking to you, I was able to do some kind of makeup today. If you look at my videos where I did like a smoothie, I think it's the orange smoothie. You'll see, because you see it in my face. You see it in my eyes all the time. So long story short, there's different levels of intensity of that. So, you know, I could wake up with it, and you learn to live with them. So I could wake up with a nagging, achy headache and whatever, and just go on with that. But when they start splitting and pulsating, that's totally different. And, but anyway, so here I am today, and I'm not going to jinx myself, but I'm able to do my makeup a little bit and talk a little bit and smile and laugh. But I know why, because him and I have been arguing today. And that's just keeping it real, guys, right? Keeping it real. And I went to yell. And when I did, my head pounded. So then I was like, well, okay. So anyway, so let's do some catching up. Do you want to start it?
Well, February...
Well, don't say when.
Recently, Lisa just had her 52nd birthday, which, first, our granddaughter had her birthday in February, and then Lisa had hers. And
it sucks getting old, doesn't it, guys? It really does. I'm 52. He'll be 60.
She doesn't look.
So he's 60.
Not yet.
So, no, he's 60 like any day. 60. So the bottom line is, that's scary because he's facing the 70s. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just, because my parents are in their 80s. I'm just saying, I think for the women out there, you know what it is to age, right? Things start happening. I think for me, my biggest thing, I have a little hair loss going on. My hair's getting thinner. And even in the shower, this is like TMI, but I'll leave the clumps of hair, okay, for him to see. So when he gets in there, he can see it. And then when I brush my hair, for me to clean out my brushes, I'll leave that like the little pile of brush on the bathroom sink, the bathroom sink for him to see. So I know my mother says, why do I do that? And my son came over and saw it. He goes, why do you have that? Like, throw it away. So the bottom line is, that's okay. But I think it's also, you want to know the face, the wrinkles, the puffiness, the sag, the wrinkle, whatever. The bottom line is, I'm not going to complain because I'm alive, right? It's a blessing. We're all alive. I'm breathing.
Above ground and breathing.
Okay, and I have aches. I got pains and stuff like that. And there's some, like I was just telling Ken tonight, because I've had that injection for inflammation, like a steroid injection. And I think I've told you a couple of you that, if you watch. And I think that pain's something coming back tonight. So that's coming back rather soon. But, so enough about that. So let's talk about Nassar. Nassar, I think that's Ruffles.
Not a good girl. Stop, Ruffles.
I think she wants to go outside, guys. So we'll be back. I think she wants to go out. Guys, real quick, when Ken walks the dog, let me just say, my parents are doing good. I told you all that they got their Pfizer shots. They got the second one. They're all doing good. Really no side effects. My mother slept the second day. My father had a mild headache, but that was it. My brother and his friend got theirs, and they were fine. So, no complaints there, right? So what else? And then I guess I could talk about some recipes since Ken's not here. This week, we're going to be, okay, when Ken and I'll wait for Ken to discuss the smoothies when we lost weight. It's 56 pounds from June 1st to October 15th. Drinking one smoothie a day, eating a little healthy during lunch or no lunch, depending. And And then just a healthy dinner, sensible dinner. Where there was grilled chicken and a lot of vegetables. And salad, not too much dressing. And even the nights I made my traditional cooking. Say, whether it's macaroni night or lasagna. Or just, like a heavy meal. But just be smaller portions. And since I'm a woman, because men always have a little higher calories than, men always have a little higher calories than women. So Ken always gets a little bit more than I do. Not much, but a little bit. And that's that. So I just want to say real quick, I'm going to do another video where we talk about smoothies. Like what to put it in smoothies, how you pair them, vegetables to fruits you use. Should be all stuff you guys like. If you're looking for certain health properties, I mean, Google could be your friend. Google has a lot of information on that. And whatnot. And for me personally, when I put greens into my smoothie, say baby kale and baby spinach, because I use either lime juice or lemon juice, I never ever, and I put fresh ginger in there, but even the ones I don't have the fresh ginger, like the smoothies, I never ever taste really the vegetables. Now don't get me wrong, okay? If I made one without the greens, there's like 2 identical ones, and when I put the greens in, when I don't, of course the one without the greens is going to taste more vibrant of fruits. Don't get me wrong. But the other one that has the greens, it's not like I'm eating, it's not like I'm eating a plate of spinach and kale. You don't taste it like that. You really don't. And again, I was saying hemp seed. I put hemp seed in mine. Hemp seed is very healthy. You can get that down the health food aisle. And it has a slight nutty flavor. And it's a little bit of a crunch. And you sprinkle it on top of... I like it on my salad. Or I'll put it in my smoothie. I get ground flaxseed, ground chia. Sometimes I'll get the chia seeds if I want to do like an overnight oatmeal and I want them to puff up. I'll sometimes put them in, usually my smoothie, but sometimes I put them in my meatballs without people knowing, like my mom and dad. I put them in meatloaf. The point is you can sneak it in if you had to. So that's that. So I'm going to be doing a video just where we talk about smoothies. I'm going to be posting a couple videos in the near future. One is of an orange smoothie. Okay. And one is of a green smoothie. For instance, I put a little parsley. You can't taste it. I put a little mint. Just a little bit. You don't want to think, oh my God, you get like your true and spearmint gum. But just a little bit. A green pear, green apple, honeydew, some green cotton candy flavored grapes. They're just a little sweeter than your typical green grapes. And they do have a hint, if you will, of cotton candy. But not like, oh my God, you're eating it like, oh my God, this is gross. It tastes like cotton candy. Not like that. You'll taste one. You'll see what I'm talking about. What else is in that one? Sometimes I put a little celery in. Oh, can we talk about celery? I've done celery smoothies. They do not taste good. And my mother was gagging when she saw us drinking it. She goes, oh my God, if you're going to do that, why don't I just eat the celery? She goes, why do you have to put it in a blender to drink it? Just eat it. But the point is, that kind of a texture, I don't like. It's foamy. It's just, I can't describe. It's watery, but it's foamy. And it just makes me gag going down. I just don't like that one, but I will drink it if I need to. So what else was there? Oh, I did a Crockpot lasagna. And again, my mother, she tasted it. Because, I've made it before, but I was living out of state, so she really didn't taste it. Because I don't make it often. I make it maybe once a year. So the bottom line is, she said to me, if you're going to do that, like prepare it and then put it in the crock pot. Why don't you just stick it in the oven? And she's right. I get that. Okay. And even my one son, Vinny, says, well, if you're going to do all the work, why not just put it in the oven? I don't know. Because it's, it's the ambiance. It's the set it and forget it mindset, right? So that's fun. I like to do that too once in a while. And it's a little bit different than what I normally do, but still true to what I do. My traditional true blue authentic lasagna. And I do have a recipe for that. If you want, I will leave the link somewhere down there in the descriptions. And again, when I do another crock pot, I do not use parboiled noodles. I use the traditional long, hard, uncooked noodles. Because parboiled already, they're almost halfway cooked, right? So, and I would assume you would have to really cut down, you would have to cut down on the liquids and really cut down on your cooking time if you were to use those. But I don't. And what else? And you could use, I use regard all the time. I would never, ever, ever, ever use cottage cheese, but you can, and people do, and it is good. So you could do regard, you could do cottage cheese, you could do a little cottage cheese with a little regard. It's up to you. So I got that coming out. I did, oh, guys. Well, let me just tell you about this one. Chicken cordon bleu. I have to redo that one, and I have to redo, you ready for this? I did a chicken and dumplings done in a pressure cooker, but that got erased. It got deleted. I don't know what happened. Then I haven't been feeling well, so I'm going to have to redo those too. But I'm going to be doing, if you like Chipotle and you like their pork carnitas, you will love this. It tastes just like it. Oh my God, it's very good. I'm not going to get into, so this is not what, I already spent 7 minutes talking about this, waiting for Ken to come back up. But, and, you know how they have their lineup? I do exactly the same thing they do. In my white rice, I put a little cilantro and a little lime juice. That's what they do. For my tomatoes, I do a little diced mint or diced tomato. I do a little cilantro, lime juice, and red onion. For the corn, same thing. Cilantro, lime juice, red onion. I put sour cream in mine and a little sprinkle of cheddar cheese. But the point is, it tastes so good. It tastes legitimately like Chipotle. And I do that in my pressure cooker. You could do it in the pressure cooker. You could do it in a slow cooker, or you could do it slow in your oven. Low and slow in your oven. You would put it in a Dutch oven. If you don't have a Dutch oven, just put it in a baking pan instead of your oven and you're fine. I'm not going to get into all those details because I will be doing a video and I'll post it even all down here so you guys can see it. So if I post this video first and you go to look for the videos and you don't see them, look back. I'll put them in there. So I'm trying to think what else is on the lineup. I guess that's it. Just a couple of smoothies. And like I said, the Crockpot lasagna for sure. And the Chipotle. So, all right, let me get off because, guys, I'm starting to ramble here. And it's like 8.5 minutes. And I don't think you guys want to just see my face rambling for 9 minutes. All right, we'll be back. Yeah, okay, Ken just got back. I told him I rambled for almost 10 minutes talking to you guys. So I just want to speed this along so I don't make this a long video. But, God, you could talk about... I asked Ken, does he think... Which I know is crazy because I'm not a conspiracist, so I do believe it did happen. But going to the moon really happened. Because I watched the series The Ranch. Sam Elliott. What's those other two guys?
Ashton Kutcher?
And the other guy...
Danny Masterson?
Yes. And they were from that 70s show together, the two young guys. Long story short, really funny show, good show. And in there, Sam Elliott says something about the moon never happened, that you can't make a flag blow in the wind up there. So go ahead. And I asked you, did you think that really happened?
And I say yes.
And I say yes.
Moon landing definitely happened.
I say so too. But my only question is, how come the flag is blowing?
I think there's explanations on, you can read. I don't remember exactly what they said, but the bottom line is it happened.
I believe it happened too, for sure. And then, I guess another thing I wanted to discuss was, do you believe in UFOs? You.
Oh, me?
Well, that can't answer
I
me.
believe, well, I thought you were, I don't know. I believe that we cannot, as big as the universe is, as they've shown it to be, how big as our galaxy is and other galaxies, that we cannot be the only place where there's intelligent life. There has to be others. I mean, just that we're the only ones in this big, huge, and we're like a little speck, that we're the only intelligent life in the whole thing. I don't believe it. I believe there is. And which brings us to, I believe there is. Do you?
Yeah.
Whether there's been,
I don't believe in little green men.
Whether spacecraft have visited Earth.
Go ahead, you talk.
Whether spacecraft have visited Earth, which is what a UFO is basically about, that's also a possibility. But
I believe our military has seen things. for sure. I believe there's a cover up. What kind of a cover up? I don't know, but for sure I believe that. I believe things. I believe our government knows more than they're saying.
I think if they cover something up because they want to avoid panicking, a lot of people would panic if they thought there was aliens and stuff that could come to Earth and stuff. People would panic. So that which brings us to the trip, the rover being on Mars, which is very fascinating. That we're seeing pictures of the planet of Mars and stuff. That I'm so just glad we got to see it in our lifetime.
It took I think 7 or 8 months to get there. Sorry about that, guys. My recording space ran out of time. You were talking about.
I don't think there has to be other intelligent life, and it's fascinating that the rover that's on Mars, the images they're sending back on Mars.
Yeah, that's what we were talking
I'm glad we got to see that in our lifetime. And I mean, I've even seen articles that there's thinking about there's gonna be a hotel out in space, but I don't know.
I would never take a rocket to outer space. What would you guys do? I would never. Would you do it?
No,
I would never do it.
But I'm hoping that maybe all the samples and the pictures and the stuff they're getting from Mars, that maybe they'll see there used to be life on Mars, or maybe there's life inside Mars, or maybe they were on Mars and they had to leave to go to another planet. You never know. But a lot of sci-fi stuff is coming true, that's for sure. And, well, you wanted to keep it short, but the other subject we wanted to talk about was...
Ancestry.
Can
I just say one thing? We're eating... That's a trifle. It's chocolate. It's Mexican chocolate pudding with homemade whipped cream, heavy cream, powdered sugar, and vanilla beaded. This is my 10-year-old granddaughter's recipe. I will leave again the link down there in descriptions. But guys, it's so smooth. It's so smooth and creamy, isn't it? When you eat this.
Yes, very good.
Oh my god!
Excellent.
Do you want a bite?
No thanks. I got my own.
No, but okay, but guys, it's creamy. What? It's silky smooth. It's very light on your tongue. I can't describe it. Can you?
No, it's just it makes you not want to make instant anymore. It's a chocolate. Make your own. So you can tell the difference.
It's such a good flavor too. For me personally, it's so addicting. It's so good. I told my granddaughter I'm going to make this once a week. She's only 10. And she goes, I don't think you want to do that because there's a lot of sugar in it. She goes, I don't think you want to eat it once a week because of the sugar. So, smart little girl. So, touche, Gianna Marie. I love you. And Anthony, too. All right, guys. Go ahead. Let's talk about Ancestry.com. Let me just say something to the camera real quick. I don't want to say names or say too much. Like, I won't even go on my father's side of the family and mention what that person's name is that's related to, who. I can say who they're related to, but I just don't want to say too much.
Okay.
Because I don't know who's watching.
Okay, well, it's fine, but just the whole ancestry thing is fascinating. I can't think of a different word right now, but our daughter started doing it, started doing the family tree and started showing us stuff, and she was locating pictures and obituaries and pictures of
draft cards,
headstones. Yeah, draft cards.
Oh my god, draft cards of it would be say someone like my father's great grandfather. I don't even know it still exists today. The
passenger list on boats coming in to the United States from
Italy,
different places of Europe and everything. It's just crazy what that you can find now, and it's just and it's the reason they call it a tree is you start skinny at the bottom and it just gets wider as it goes up to the top, and it just spreads.
Blows my mind.
Every time somebody gets married, and they have children, but then that mother, there's a maiden name, and that name is part of your tree.
I know, it branches out, it drives me crazy.
The father's tree goes up this way, and it just keeps going. And it's like never. Obviously, it's never ending till you get to, to the very.
It's
end.
just, guys, it's so complicating.
But it's interesting, and it's nice to try to find out where you came from and stuff. And my daughter and her husband are going to do the 23andMe DNA test to see what percentages they are of what ethnic groups. The Ancestry.com test only tells you what regions you come from.
Plus, they're doing the medical portion of it, too.
So I think that's something I would like to do as well, so we can see exactly what we have. Just so you know, why not? If the technology is there, why not take advantage of it?
My grandmother, my father's mother, did this many moons ago, but when she did it, there was no computer. So everything was done by hand, or I don't even know how the heck you guys did it back then, but it's so tedious. I mean, just going back, we were talking about my mother's birth mother. Oh, guys, her brother, her kid, and just, you know, I forget what happened, but then it starts getting tedious when you start going back, because then you look at, like he said, you know, the spouse's parents, and then you go take those two parents, you have to go back, and it just like weeds, it just is like never ending, it spreads out like tentacles, and I just can't do that. My brain doesn't work like that.
I can handle it. I don't like it. I think it's
it boggles the brain, and it does. It gets confusing. Even for a smart person, it will get confusing, and it does. But can I say who I'm related to? And I joke with Ken. Oh, I half joking. No, I joke with Ken.
She calls me
I'm royalty, and he's a peasant.
Right now, because I haven't finished my tree yet. I might find some royalty.
You're
up
a peasant.
There. But my wife is related to King Robert the First.
Yeah.
Scotland, who ruled he ruled for 26 years in Scotland. 23 years. He was a
hero.
He's a national hero to this day. There's statues.
Look at his monuments. They have movies about him. There's one on Netflix right now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a movie on Netflix about him, but he led 2 fights to win Scotland their independence from the United Kingdom. So he's still a revered national hero. So she's related to him.
Yeah.
And he
so I'm royalty. He's a peasant.
in turn has a distant relationship to the Queen of England.
Yeah, I'm related to
Prince
Queen
Charles
Elizabeth
and Prince Harry and
Prince William.
So she's walking around with her nose up in the air now, saying, "Fetch my slippers, peasant," and stuff like that. But then she's also related to. Do you want to tell me the other person?
Well, yeah, because I can't help who I'm related to.
No, but there's another famous person from the United States history, from the Civil War, General Robert E. Lee.
I don't know how we have that connection with him.
Some people down
because
south.
He's from down south. We're from north, and you know what I'm saying. We're from Jersey. Actually, my father's side of the family is all from New York. My mother's side of the family is from Jersey. So
and other places.
Well, wait a minute. It's from Jersey, and how they have someone in Massachusetts and somebody who landed up where?
Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. That person from Illinois was in the Civil War. Ken has somebody, which is so ironic. So this is
I don't remember how it's great.
What's that word you like? A coincidence. Yeah. Okay. He has someone in his family. There's great 4 greats for us. There's 3 for them that had someone in the Civil War. My family, someone on my father's side, someone on his father's side. And the funny thing is, they both fought.
That was my mother's side.
They both fought in the Civil War, so they could have known each other. And
Union
here we are.
Soldiers, yeah.
And here we are all these years later. We're married, and we could have known them. I mean, we could have not. No, excuse me. They could have met all those years ago, and here we are together married. And how weird is that, right?
And when we went to Gettysburg, the picture of my relative is hanging on the wall there.
Yes.
My wife, when she saw his picture, she remembered seeing it there at Gettysburg on the wall at the.
And so does my daughter and my one son. And I think my other son too. And I think why, because I'm not going to get into the details, but anyway, so we all recall seeing that, and it's just like, oh my God, I know that guy. Yeah, he was on the wall. So that's how that happened. But to go back to General Lee, thumbs up wasn't for General Lee.
No, thumbs up was just everything. You know.
But you can't help who you're related to. But the bottom, I don't know how we have any, because I think it's Kentuckian roots. I don't know who the hell we would have known from Kentucky to have those kind of roots.
You didn't know them.
And it's through him that's related to the king, etc., etc. Of course, how could I say I've known him? That's not what I said. But I'm saying, I don't know how from down south has any connection from us up north. And like, we will tease, he fought on the wrong side. For sure. So, yeah, isn't that weird? But how does that work? Why? How could that?
You just have to follow the tree. But anyways, the whole ancestry thing I think is very fascinating. And if we find any other discoveries, we will let you know. As soon as I find royalty, she's going to hear about it.
He's a peasant for now. I'm royalty. I have royal blood in me. My dog's a little princess, and whatnot. So with that being said, I guess we're just going to wrap it up. But I wanted to say, but seriously, before I wrap it up, how could, like, if we have no roots from down south, how could that even be?
Because obviously you do.
No, we don't. I know my family don't. My ancestors, it's New York.
Lisa.
My father's side's from New York. My mother's side's from Jersey. So how the hell do we get down south?
You didn't get there. The South came up here. Okay? Obviously, somebody married somebody from this that was from down south, so somebody up north. They moved up to the Midwest or up north, of course.
Okay, my grandparents are from Italy. Okay, so anyway, that's...
No,
wait, stop.
Only on your mother's side.
When he doesn't have an answer, that's what we do. And, I know what I want to say. How can I forget this? I can't say too much, because then I don't want to give away my maiden name. But my father's family was very, 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 very rich. Not my father, but his grandparents had money. His great-grandfather was involved in a buggy accident and got run over by a horse and buggy, and had, as a little boy, had a wooden leg. And I remember seeing that big portrait hanging on my grandmother's wall, living room wall. And the other ones that had money. And he had his little white tights on, his little, like, knickers, black, they looked like they would be black velvet knickers, a little white shirt, and it looked like a matador with that little half suede looking, what was that little jacket he wore. The bottom line is, I never liked that picture because that kind of was creepy looking. As a little kid, you don't like stuff like that, right? So by the time my father was born in 40, because he's 80, but his grandparents, I guess, lost all the money in the stock market. They sold a big lucrative business, made over $10 million. That's back then, and invested it all. And then we had the Great Depression, and they lost it all. So it wasn't meant to be. So I just thought I would throw that out there too. I found that to be fascinating. But that was the 11-minute conversation. So guys, I think that's it. You want to say anything else, or are you good to go?
No, that was good.
Well, you looked like you were biting your tongue when I was saying I don't agree with being down south.
Nope.
But like I said, he fought on the wrong side. I'm glad the North won. Yeah. So, yeah, we kicked butt, didn't we? So, no, that's nothing against you Southerners. Nothing against Southerners. I'm just saying I don't believe in slavery. And well,
plus they kept the country together instead of having a separate, some of the states leaving the Union. They kept all the states together.
Yeah. So I have nothing to, I just, that's what I'm saying. I have nothing against Southern people. I actually love Southern accents the best. I love Southern accents. Actually, I love English accents too. I always want to go to England too. But, I just don't believe in slavery at all whatsoever. But that's another conversation for another Saturday sit down. So, all right, guys, stay healthy, be safe, be good. It was good seeing you guys again and having a chat, because we haven't chatted like this in a while.
Yep, it was nice talking to you folks again. Till the next time.
Till the next time. Ciao, guys.